In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the top 3 misconceptions I hear all the time about mediation. The first one is that you have to choose between going to court and going to mediation. And that's just not the case. You can go to mediation anytime you have a legal dispute at any stage in the process. If you go to mediation before the lawsuit gets filed, that just means you can save more money that way. Because I'll give you an example. I had a case that I got a phone call. One of my clients was being sued for something, and they said, "Hey, before we file a lawsuit in court, would you like to try mediation?" And we went and we got the dispute settled right away before we had to go down the litigation process, and people saved thousands and thousands of dollars, and everybody was really happy with it. So that's one example. But yeah, if a lawsuit has already been filed in court, great. Then we can go to mediation during the court process. You can go down that path and go to mediation. And the reality is that most lawsuits that get filed in court do end up getting settled. So, hey, it's like, it's a no-lose situation. You go to mediation, you try to get it settled, and eventually it's probably going to get there in more than 90% of cases. Okay, what's another misconception? That we can't reach an agreement because the other side is just too unreasonable. And the reality is, I mean, in my opinion, if somebody's reasonable, great, that helps. But it doesn't always have to be about somebody being reasonable. I had a case that was an extremely hard-fought case with one of the sides being completely unreasonable and aggressive, and they were out for blood. And surprisingly, here's the reality. It settled, and the reason why was because it happened to be the last case on this insurance company's books in this one account, and they just wanted to close this account, and this case was hanging on. The insurance company paid $400,000 over what anybody expected, just because they just wanted to get that account closed. So it wasn't about anybody being reasonable. You never know what the circumstances are of a situation. You never know if somebody wants to settle their lawsuit because, their wife is at home saying, "Will you get that thing settled so we can just, go on that vacation we want to go to, or stop having a hang over our head." You never know. It's not always about people being reasonable, and there's a lot of information that you will never learn, but that they will tell the mediator, and the mediator will find out, and that mediator will be able to help get the case settled. So that's the other misconception. And then I'll just run over one other misconception, which is that we could never settle our lawsuit because we just hate each other too much. We could never reach an agreement. And look, I've talked about this before. There's a logical component to this, which is that the positions don't really matter. This is really about the parties' interests, and if it's in everybody's best interest to settle, then they're going to settle. And there's the emotional component, which is that if it's emotional, that means we can deal with the emotions. If there's hatred, that means that there's fear. And so that means that we just need to take a moment to talk with the person and sit with the person and help them deal with the fear. And then once that's dealt with, then the lawsuit gets settled. So those are top 3 misconceptions about mediation. If you or somebody that you know has a legal dispute, please, you need to call me right away. You can reach me at my phone number, 916-915-0669. And you could also find me on danielrobertson.com, and send me a note. But my availability is extremely limited. I do have spots that I want to fill, but yeah, I mean, once those spots get filled, I just can't fill up more of my calendar. I don't have any more time. So you need to call me right away, or tell your friend who has a legal dispute that they need to call me right away and get on my calendar. And look, I mean, we'll have a free consultation, and the free consultation is just a discovery to figure out if mediation is even right. And if it's not right for you, I'll tell you, hey, this isn't the right option for you. But if it is, great, I will help you save thousands to tens of thousands of dollars, and we can get your dispute settled in weeks instead of spending a year to 2 years or longer going through the court system. So I hope that helps. And if you don't have a legal dispute, please just connect with me on social media. I want to use social media to teach conflict resolution skills so that we can create a more peaceful world. If that resonates with you, I would love to meet you. I would love to see you on social media. Please, if this was helpful to you, please like, comment, and share. Other than that, have a beautiful day, and may you be peaceful, may you be happy, and may you be free. Take care.